Well, listen up. When you think of the phrase, the sky's the limit, what do you think of? Probably new African champions, Masanda Wana Kabo Yelo. But now you've got to change your mind a little bit because now it's also the name of a brand new board game that's created by a Cape Town-based company named Semanori to help empower and encourage young offenders and at-risk youths to reach out for their dreams through developing new skills. Sounds very interesting, doesn't it? Well, joining us this morning in the studio to tell us a bit more about the board game is the Executive Director of Semanori, Jock Sibomana. Sir, good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Katleho. Good morning to our viewers.
Yeah, I asked Jock whether this implies that he's a Sundowns supporter. Please tell everyone what you said.
Fortunately and unfortunately, I used to be a Sundowns supporter, left for my Baka, and yeah, we are crying after 6-1.
Oh man, but no need to be crying right now. You're doing really, really good things. So the game is called Sky's the Limit, and like I said, it's meant to help and encourage young offenders and at-risk youths to really reach out for their dreams through developing new skills. Tell me about where the idea and the concept of the game came from.
Well, the idea really came from, I used to be head of communication for Nicro a while back, and we were constantly faced with young people who don't have choice or have lost hope in their community and the programs they have. And most of them will say basically motivational talks are given by people who already have successful, they do not understand the background they come from.
Okay.
So their biggest challenge was basically say like, look, I am here in Nyanga, for example, where to from here? And we were busy developing a sort of a gamification approach to bring fun into learning, fun into motivational talks.
Okay.
And I met up with my business partners based in the Netherlands, Ludens Lab, and they were working on a similar thing on how to get young people to start being motivated in whatever work they're doing.
Yeah.
So Sky's the Limit was born from that approach. And the concept around it really is that sky is the limit. No matter what job you have, where you're sitting at, if you have the future to go to, you can walk through it through education and support around your community.
Sounds like it could be the perfect tool for young motivational speakers speaking to a young audience.
I mean, not to brag, but we were at Young in Prison with about 6 ex-offenders and youth at risk. And most of them, they were like, this is way better than sitting in a motivational class because I am actually involved, engaging myself.
Wow.
And one of the kids who played and then they won, his team won, they picked to be a cow feeder as a start. We've got a side job where you start off. And everyone was laughing at him, cow feeder, that is such a low-profile job. But he learned that through investing, through education, he can actually own a farm one day. So it's really cross, doesn't matter what industry you're in, it's all about how you're investing in yourself.
So essentially, it is a board game.
It is a board game.
How exactly does this game work?
Basically, the board game is we set it up from the age of 10 onwards. It takes about 90 minutes, but it goes very fast depending on the group you're playing with.
Yeah.
And you come up in a group of 4 or 8, and you guys you roll dices. We always ask the youngest to go first, which is a challenge.
And that in itself is a way of kind of developing a social consciousness, isn't it?
Most definitely. And the idea around the game is there is no one winner in reality. The way the game is set, if you win, you won't find one person all the way up and the rest of the team is at the bottom. So you have to work with each other. If other team is struggling, you have to go back and help them. So it's about that social interacting that is needed in our community.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then the game develops, and at the end, like you say, it's the team that wins. And essentially within this, it's also building a sense of community. And so what are the other areas and especially key skills that you are trying to fuse into development?
Basically, what we're trying to do, besides the fact that we live in a crime-ridden society, what the most important part about it, what we're trying to showcase is the concept of working together in actually progressing your life. So you can be the smartest person in a room, but if you're not working with the rest of the person in the room, you'll not be able to achieve your dream. You won't be able to achieve your goal. But also, the other space to bring about is the consequences of the choices that we make. Most of the time when you're making choices, you feel like, no, it's fine, really, no one is going to notice. But what the game does, you have an option to join the gang, for example, when you play the game to make more money quickly so you can buy your career upwards. But the option of joining the gang comes with its own consequences. And we allow people like, look, feel free. If you feel like your group needs more money, go join the gang. But in that aspect, there's a consequences that 99.9% you won't finish on top because you still have to pay back the debts to the gang, the gangs to the community. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah. So quickly, where to from here? Now that you've got the game, you've worked with a couple of NGOs.
Yeah,
what now?
We've got about 10 NGOs that have requested the orders of the units. This includes Nicro, Nkamva Youth, Young in Prison, PAD, as other NGOs in Bonteville as well. So where to now from now for us is basically to finding the right investor to bring those 2,000 units to be used as a pilot in the city of Cape Town, and the NGOs that are working in Cape Town. Because the NGOs love the game. They basically feel like it's going to definitely add value to the programs they're already running, and the youth want the game.
My brother, I feel like we need to take a phone now, call Auntie Pat, Mayor Patricia, let's talk about this collaboration, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it just by the sounds of it. Well done.
It's the idea about the game, making the young people feel like they're actually learning about themselves without actually being forced to learn it in a fun environment.
Yeah, nice one, my brother. Nice one.
Thanks
Thank you very
much
much for bringing us good news. We really love it, and we hope that you love hearing it as well here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The game is called The Sky is the Limit, and hopefully one day you'll be able to buy it for your kids. It'll be all over, distributed beautifully, and helping us develop our youth to be the workers, to be the active people in society that are going to build this society in South Africa into the South Africa that we all want to see. Ladies, over to you.